Princess Antenna silently observed her prisoner, the blood falling from their ruined eye socket, the only sound in the destroyed room in the village city hall. They were unconscious after the last round of interrogations by her officers, and more harmed than it was when it was captured. She will have to remind them to not be so harsh next time, no matter how angry they were with this prisoner in particular. They need the information. She turned to the side to her assistant. "Wake them up." The changeling subordinate, one of the elite soldiers that guarded the room, nodded and fired a bolt of red energy to the bleeding creature. It screamed in agony as their only functioning eye opened. After 20 seconds of agony, the effect of the spell stopped, and the slumped form of the creature turned their head to the princess. "And who the fuck are you now?" Antenna struck the creature. The crack of broken ribs echoed. Without missing a beat, she talked. "My name is Princess Antenna, Commanding General of the Coastal Front of Her Glorious Majesty Chrysalis War against the Pony Cattle, and you will answer my question or die." The thing smiled, with their mouth lacking half the teeth. "Finally, someone important. These Gestapo wannabes are so boring." Another hit. Another crack. The creature's smile turned crimson as blood fell from their lips. "See? This is what I'm talking about. Now!" They adjusted themselves in the chair they were tied to. A barely audible click accompanied the sound of chains. "What do you want to know?" The princess raised her eyebrows. "It seems this creature knows that they are talking now to their betters. What are you? We have never seen one of your kind." "My name is Jamie, but to tell you what I am, I need to tell you a little story. 30 years ago, in a dimension far, far away, there was a planet. It was a beautiful little thing, full of seas, jungles, deserts, and parking lots. It was populated by only one intelligent race. Us. Humans. Then one day our leaders decided that we had it too good for too long and started World War III. The next 6 months were full of trenches, nuclear fire, urban warfare, and civil war. I was 20 when the war started, and I joined the local militia. We were ordered to protect a bunch of scientists from all the corners of the world that were lucky enough to be in my home city for some nerd conference before the start of the war. We didn't know what they were doing until later. The scientists thought Earth was a lost cause, and decided to go literally anywhere else, and started to punch holes into reality. They started to put sparky mad science things inside a big oil tanker in the harbour, and we started loading the thing. Food, medicines, maps, books, animals, weapons, and all the people we could cram into the thing. Jamie's only eye was lost in the ceiling. From a country of 3 million and a city of 1 million, we could only save 10,357 people. The last I saw of my home was the skyline of the city of my birth on fire, and missiles speeding in our direction. The man stopped talking, lost in grief. Princess Antenna let him have a moment to it, and then hit him again. Continue. After a blinding light, we were somewhere else, lost in the sea. And after a week of trying to find land and fending off fucking griffin pirates, a winged white unicorn teleported to our command center. Queen Celestia. Antenna's teeth grinded. Exactly. After a lot of screaming, she explained who she was and offered asylum. No questions, no demands. She helped us navigate to a precious and virgin bay and gave it to us. With the beach ship as its center, the autonomous city of Nova Valencia was born. We rebuilt our lives with the help of the ponies. We traded ideas, technologies, and arts. We elevated each other. And slowly, friendship was forged. Then you sorry lot of imperialist slaver punks came for the ponies. He swelled for the first time in all the torture and interrogation, and spat out to the princess' hooves. The princess smirked with superiority. "They are weak cattle, only useful to be trained of love, and seeing that your useless species have less magic than a yak, you disgusting apes are even more worthless for feeding." The prisoner turned his head to his side, chains clinking. "That is where you are wrong. Maybe the ponies are weak and have forgotten how to fight, how to wage war, but we don't. The ponies took us, but we alone and for our own will decided they are ours to protect." Slap! Crunch! Princess Antenna hoof-pulverized Jamie's foot. "Where is the rest of your squad?" "I don't know what you were talking about." Crunch! "You and your soldiers wiped out 2 platoons in this tiny cattle village. We only killed 4 of you disgusting creatures. Where are the rest?" Between cries and screams of pain, the man said, "We were all." "What? That is impossible. No, 5 soldiers, no matter how well trained and equipped, could take down 200 of my troops." "You are right." "Good. Now tell me, we weren't soldiers." Crunch! "Lies!" Mohammed was an accountant visiting his husband's family. Carlos, Susanna, and Taylor were bakers that lived here. And I'm an electrician from Nova Valencia helping with a faulty generator. We hold your fascist whores for 3 days with farming equipment, improvised weapons, and my old 1911 as the ponies fed to our city. Your foot soldiers suck. We only lost when you sent this fine gentlebug against us." The enraged princess took one of her soldiers' spears and stabbed the grinning man in the gut. Antenna breathed, calming herself. Then, her own look of superiority returned. "Your lies disgust me, but it doesn't matter. Canterlot will fall, Equestria will be conquered, and I will make sure that your small inconsequential city is burned to the ground and every human is put to the sword, like your old world did." Then an electric device pitted twice. Then he laughed, and laughed, and laughed. The tears of pain were joined by the ones from mirth. "What is so funny? Talk!" the changeling demanded, screaming to the mangled man's face. "The funny thing is that I won." Antenna was perplexed. "You are half blind, bleeding out, tied to a chair and with half your bones broken, surrounded by a changeling princess and her elite guard. In what world have you won?" The man only eye-looked at every changeling in the room with intensity. "Remember what I said before? I'm an electrician sent here to fix a faulty generator. A nuclear energy generator. When I saw that I was the last one standing, and every pony had fled, I jury-rigged it to explode, just as your boy toys took me down. The countdown to full meltdown started when I pushed this big red button." From the hidden hands of the man, a remote made of scavenged parts fell to the ground. "You could have escaped the city-wide explosion, but I'm an old man that likes to talk, and you were so interested in my little history lesson that I didn't say anything. That sound was the 1-minute left warning." The room was engulfed in sepulchral silence for a second. Then, the elite guard of the great Princess Antenna, second only to Chrysalis Save Soldier Combines themselves, fled screaming for their lives. Jamie laughed and laughed. All of Princess Antenna's royal bravado, grace, and calm fled too, as she grabbed the cackling man from his shoulder. "What have you done? Stop it! You will die too!" "I know." His blooded smile never broke. "I will see you in hell." Then he took his last and deep breath of air and screamed, "Liures mortis!" A blinding flash of light and heat engulfed all. Both of them were no more.